McCarron to throw on second down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Boy, I said that defense is hell, bro.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down. Now here's McCarron on third. He finds Coleman. They'll get 14 yards out of it.
They bring Hannibal down for the line.
Full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. On first down, McCarron. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dayon Buchanan coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Trying to lay one up deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now it's Palmer. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
On second down, Palmer. Caught by Nelson. And they'll bring him down here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense.
Let's go.
On third down, Palmer. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him bumped down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging.
John Brown. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
I heard Coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Coleman. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's...
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Freeman again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him in.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Now McCarron. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with 2 touchdowns of the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll give it to him. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Here we go. Blues 58. Blues 58.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
3rd and 2, now Palmer. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team.
Well, I got
that
the
was a really
broadcast
nice
up on
defensive
my
play.
season game.
It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Right.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. We've got a 3rd and 11. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. In the slot on the right is Graham. McCarron from the gun on 3rd. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's John Ryan now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Fresh set of downs here. And they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. We saw plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Palmer. Complete to Gilmore over the middle. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So out now come the Cardinals. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right? And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. Still going. And that one results in 35 yards.
Brandon, we did watch him play well on tape last week, and it was a lot of fun to watch, and he put together some nice numbers, some really nifty plays, and he's doing it again this week, and what I'm seeing is the rest of his team start to rise in confidence as well.
Rubbing off a little bit?
I think so, and I think that they're buying into him. They believe in him as their leader, which means that they're going to play better, try to make some better plays for him. I think we've seen that throughout this contest.
Those numbers certainly back you up. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 3rd and goal, Palmer. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Crockett Gilmore, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's McCarron. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They're going to hurry back to the line now. McCarron looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They come up in an offset eye. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that you needed 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll need to get the ball back.
So, Brandon, the question is, how do you accomplish that? You can onside kick it, or remember, since you've got all 3 timeouts, you can still kick it deep and try to play defense.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy...
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. And they've got an extra defensive...